Happy Frigg's Day. We'll continue a journey because it's been a really busy time. It is perhaps with some irony that my greatest challenge over the past week has been time, some of which probably self-inflicted. On the other hand, it's just been work-wise busy, which is good, and as another positive, it's allowed me more time for contemplation. I'm still not in a place of conclusion, if you like, as I'm still thinking about need, or Nauthiz, Nord, and its priorities, or it's the feel of the rune. Obviously it is need or necessity, and the more I think about it, the more it feels like need is a very subjective quantifier. You can need something desperately, or you can think that you want something. You might need more time to do something, or maybe you need a break. And it's something that for a long time I've had a philosophy that perhaps the most important thing to settle on in life is contentment. And that perhaps one of the hardest things to achieve for anyone, I certainly don't feel like I'm there myself, is to just be content with the important things you have in your life. As an observation, it seems there's a lot of envy in the world, or people find themselves with a need, perhaps, to comment on what other people are doing rather than worrying about themselves or being happy with themselves. It's easy to do. The quiet of contentment can be unsettling, if you like. We all want a little bit of excitement, or need a little bit of excitement in our lives. And excitement is good, but so is contentment, and it seems the hardest thing in the world is to be content, because obviously that is perhaps in direct opposition to need, a necessity. And obviously necessity, I think by its nature, alters or doesn't quite marry up with need, because necessity is a priority. It can be a necessity to eat, to drink, and to be in shelter. They're necessities. And obviously there are people in the world that do not have that. Shame on us. Whereas a need is not quite as, not so much of a priority as opposed to a necessity. And obviously we're guided by the words we're given in the rune poems. I mean, for the translation for the Old English rune poem, need is tight in the breast, but it often happens for humans' children to help and to save each if they listen to it early. And that's, when you think about it, that's about, talking to each other and making sure that we're looking out for each other. And I don't know about you, but it seems that's something there's a great need for, maybe even a necessity for, is for more people looking out for each other. And that way we become strong, because we're looking out for each other and we're not looking to dick each other over. For the old Icelandic, obviously you got need is a bondswoman's yearning. I mean, and a difficult circumstance and drudging work. I mean, we're talking about really sort of slavery of sorts, or indentured sort of servitude, and that's going to be a difficult circumstance, and it's not going to be fun work, is it? I mean, drudging work. Life is often, another philosophy I have is I work to live, I don't live to work. Your free time is important. It's a necessity to enjoy your free time if you are able to. And sometimes you gotta, get on with your job to earn the pennies, to make the pound, to make your home life the best it can be for you and your family. And that can be not very exciting. What you make of the time you have at home, however, is another matter. Contentment. I mean, it's, your free time doesn't have to be all fantastic, on the move, creating amazing sort of moments. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's good to have, the freedom to relax. The old Norwegian rune poem, need renders little choice, the naked will freeze in the frost. And I think it's true enough. I mean, if you've got a driving need in your life, it can block out all other things, such as, it talks about freezing conditions. If you're homeless, certainly in our modern world, not having a permanent address can get in the way of so many things that you are removed almost from society, because you don't have a permanent address, which stops you getting support. And then your need sort of is an obstacle. It restricts your choices. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, it's hard. And really, what movement do you have on your options? I think it comes back round to, it's important to help people if you can. And it doesn't have to be grand gestures. It can be little things. It comes down to sort of balancing your own needs and support. With support, we can lift each other up. And the world around us. I mean, it's not just about humans or humanity. We live in a world that we share. with other creatures that have their needs also. And sometimes their needs are not met either, because we think, the world belongs to us, and it doesn't. And obviously humanity struggles to be content with, even its patch of the world, and we encroach on other species that we shouldn't necessarily do. But I guess in many ways need can clash with nature, because we all have our natures. And what I guess what separates us from the rest of the animal world is we are aware of our natures and can alter it. It's just whether people choose to or not. Whereas, I guess thinking about sort of the fable of the is it the frog and the scorpion, or the frog and the snake, and the frog offering to help the scorpion across the river, and the discussion about, well, you'll sting me and kill me, and it's like, no, I won't. And then they get across, the frog helps the snake, and then the snake bites the frog, or the scorpion stings the frog and kills it, because I'm a scorpion. Animals are very much different creatures. They don't have that level of self-awareness that we can achieve if we choose to. So I think because of circumstances, I'm staying with Nauthiz for the rest of this week. Perhaps some more contemplation, some deeper connection, and we'll go from there. So if you've been waiting for me to, make a video about waffling on about reflecting on the rune, here it is. And I will see you in the next video. Do take care. Be the best you can be. Whatever that means. I mean, it's we are what we are. See what you can do for your fellow human, or for your fellow, resident of Earth. Cheers. Goodbye.